pretty productive down on the goal line.
Midway into the third quarter before Saskatchewan gets their hands on the football, and Wes Cates with a 3-yard run.
So they move Steve Middleton back up over to right tackle, and they go down on the goal line with 2 players basically playing out of position. One is Middleton there and one is O'Neill here, but watch the block as Tim O'Neill washes down Keith Sholigan and just opens up a gaping hole for Joffrey Reynolds.
Second and 6. And that pass out of the reach of Weston Dressler. So, well, there's a flag on the play. I was going to say a 2-and-out after the long touchdown drive by Calgary, but let's wait for the infraction.
Offside. Saskatchewan number 18. Penalties decline. Third down.
That's Obed Satut, who's in for the injured Rob Bagg. And
you know, Chris, in real time, the Saskatchewan Roughriders have not run an offensive play in over 30 minutes. When you consider halftime and then the start of that drive for the 80-yarder for Calgary, and so the Rider offense looked rusty.
Well, you heard John Hufnagel in his conversation with Lee Jones talk about momentum, and the momentum right back in Calgary's favor now after the first half ended with Saskatchewan momentum. Dion Murphy surrounded and brought down at the 30, a 41-yard punt. 4 on the return. Back at Mosaic and down to the sidelines again. Here's Lee Jones.
Thanks a lot, guys. Marcus Adam, defensive tackle of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, wanted to do something for his mother. Of course, she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007, and since this is the awareness month, he wanted to wear pink in this game. He wore shoelaces that were pink in the last season when this happened, but he was told by the CFL he would not be allowed to. If he did wear something pink, he'd be taken off the field for 3 plays and wouldn't be let back on unless he took it off. He understands the CFL's decision, but says he was disappointed they would make that, guys.
Also, the fans helping him on a moment, a good cause. Henry Burris to work, and he's looking for Robbie Bryant, who's open around midfield. So that connection is being forged now between Burris and Bryant here in the second half.
Well, I mentioned in that first quarter, Chris, that no matter who has the ball, Saskatchewan or Calgary, if you establish the run and you get the run going, then you've got a chance. They're going to run just in behind each other, 2 receivers for Calgary on the outside, and Robbie Bryant's going to go straight up the field and just sort of angle himself to the sideline. But once you establish the run, you slow down the pass rush.
25 for Bryant. First down midfield. John Cornish in the game of running back with a throw, and it is complete down to the 40. That's Jabari Arthur.
You can see the reaction now. The Saskatchewan defense sort of coming off the ball on their defensive line, and they're looking up to see if Joffrey's there, if Joffrey Reynolds has the football. In this case, it's John Cornish in the backfield, but you get the idea. There's no pressure on Henry Burris. He's got lots of time throwing lane. Now he can just pick and choose receivers down the field. This time it's Jabari Arthur.
9th catch of the year for Arthur. Big target at 6'4", 219. Fake to Cornish, and Burris picks off, and he gets brought down at the 37 after 3.
So what most people thought was going to be a trouble area for the Calgary Stampeders, their O-line, has been a real strength. I mean, Edwin Harrison, who's gone now to injury, he comes in for John Hufnagel, starts as a rookie and plays outstanding. Now they have to juggle, but look at their depth. Steve Middleton, who's got some playing time, playing right tackle, playing well. Tim O'Neill, who's a natural center, moves to guard. And they have been good protection for Henry Burris.
Second and 5, Stamps underneath, and the completion, and Nick Lewis, that extra battle to make sure it is a first down.
Rob Lazio real slow to get up after that last throw. Nick Lewis was right on that first down markers. Lazio was trying to shake off. His injury. That's right at first down marker, and he has to break this tackle to get it, and got it just by a yard or two. You're right.
Has anybody broken more tackles this year?
I don't think so.
The leading yak yards receiver in the league. Now it's into the hands of R.J. Franklin, and he bulldozes to the 20.
It was a great call by Dave Dickinson. I truly believe that coordinators are this far advanced when they're looking at, they see Rob Lazio get up, Dickinson sees him limping back. He calls a quick pass, quick screen, hit screen to R.J. Franklin. Don't make your offensive line block. Let him settle in, shake off that injury. And he goes with the quick passing game to get 2nd and 2.
Lazio waited until 2 weeks ago to get a start, so you're going to have to drag him off. Second and 2, and they're going to throw underneath, and Sean Lucas makes sure there's no yards after that catch as he brings down Kenyon Rambo. Let's see where they give forward progress. Enough for the first down.
That's precise route running for Calgary to get to that first down marker. It was a sure tackle by Sean Lucas, but Rambo knew if he gets to the first down marker on this crossing route, then he knows that he'll get the forward progress mark or spot.
First and 10. And Burris looks into the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Rambo again.
Just a throw that Henry Burris wants back. Pretty good completion percentage, not big yards. Remember, just attempted 6 in the first half. He's attempted 6 in this quarter, and they're turning up the volume now.
Second and 10. Underneath. Robbie Bryant. Touchdown. Third straight game against the Roughriders. The Bryants hit pay dirt. And the Stampeders have their first lead of the game.
And Calgary Stampeders and Henry Burris has been able to handle the crowd noise. You heard how loud it was on this play. Look at the protection for Burris. Plenty of time to wait for Robbie Bryant to come from the left side all the way across the field, past all the linebackers, get to the outside edge on the opposite side, and then get the corner to get to the end zone. That takes protection, folks, and Henry Burris had it.
And a souvenir for one of the Calgary fans in attendance here. So a 13-play touchdown drive, now an 8-play touchdown drive. Both of 80 yards for the Stampeders here in this third quarter.
Well, this play takes time because Robbie Bryant was the wide receiver. And he had to get all the way across through the linebackers, through the mix, and outside the other end. So in order for him to come from here all the way to the opposite side hash mark, Henry Burris has to have time to throw that football. And here comes Robbie Bryant. See, as he weaves through McCullough, he's got to get to the middle of the field and then to that far side hash. Now he's got the edge in the corner. If there's any type of pass rush on Henry Burris on that play, there's no way Robbie Bryant can clear through there.
Omar Morgan remains down, and on that last replay, you could see a big collision between Morgan and Sean Lucas of the Roughriders that helped free up Robbie Bryant for the easy score. So the injuries mount for Ken Miller. And the lead has disappeared. Saskatchewan was up by 14 early. And the Stampeders have quietened things here at Mosaic. Neighbor adds the extra point. And so a pair of touchdowns here in this third quarter for Calgary.
The latest injury to the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Omar Morgan. Take a look at him here. And we'll show you the collision. This is the touchdown play. He's trying to come across the field, and he's going to run straight into Sean Lucas, who was covering Nick Lewis on the over route. Here's another look at it. Nick Lewis coming across the field on top of another layer on Robbie Bryant. They just collide, two teammates.
Morgan, the senior man on that defense.
Trainer Ivan Gutfriend, one of the busiest Saskatchewan Roughrider staff members. Calgary's had a couple too.
The 11-year vet, defensive captain. And will that create more juggling, or will Morgan be able to return? 21 plays for Calgary in this third quarter. Saskatchewan a 2-and-out on their only possession. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hugh Charles is slowed up and flags fly. Eric Fraser with the first contact downfield, the rookie safety.
Yeah, Eric Fraser got up and he was livid. He wanted a penalty flag thrown, and what he didn't realize is that there was one.
Illegal block. Saskatchewan number 22 during the return. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Stu Ford.
.21 plays to 2 in the third quarter. The time of possession 11:52 for Calgary, a minute 19 for the Roughriders.
Yeah, you almost never see that, where one team in the Canadian Football League gets just 2 possessions in a quarter.
Takes the handoff on a roll. Charleston Hughes in pursuit. And Durant will run for the first down and take a hit from Brandon Browner. 16 for Darian Durant, who leads all quarterbacks in rushing.
Yeah, and he told me yesterday, it was the first thing I said, what changes do you make when you're facing this Calgary defense when you compare it to the last time the two teams played? He said, well, I'm going to run more. He didn't even hesitate. He said, I've got to take off and run more. I've had a bit of a bad ankle, but I'm okay now, and he's going to run. So Chris Jones has had to spy him, the defensive coordinator, make sure that he contains Darian Durant.
Maybe Darian's been inspired by Ricky Ray. What a running performance last night. Not much running room there.
You know, though, good coaching is about good adjustments, especially at halftime. And John Hufnagel talked about the adjustments that they were going to have to make. They're getting better coverage in man-to-man. They've contained the running game. And that time of possession, just amazing in this quarter. They are a dominant third quarter team, especially on defense.
They have allowed only 47 third quarter points all season.
This is where they grab control of games.
Should be the final play of this third quarter. 3-man rush. Running out of time. And Durant tosses it away. Did he make the line of scrimmage? And is there anybody in the area? They're going to rule incomplete, no flag.
And the Stampeders are 10-2 when they take a lead into the fourth quarter. I don't think there's going to be a flag.
No, there is a flag at the bottom of the pile, and we just saw it. So they are going to rule grounding. And so we will get one more play. The
intentional grounding. Saskatchewan number 4. Third down. One more play.
Well, the quarter doesn't end on a penalty, and Eddie Johnson comes out to kick the ball away.
Boy, Calgary 10-2 when they lead going into the fourth. The 2 losses, one against Saskatchewan. Calgary is sniffing out some kind of possible fake. I don't think so.
Murphy at his 41, flag down. And Murphy tripped up. Corey Hucklack with the special teams tackle. And are they calling no yards there?
No yards. Saskatchewan, number 21, 15-yard penalty. One more play.
Well, that was close. Let's take a look.
That's why you catch the football in the air if you can as a punt returner. And Dion Murphy does that. And Lucas he might have got pushed again a little bit from Ryan Thelwell, but he's well within 5 yards, that's for sure. Excuse me, Hugh Charles.
So still one more play to go in this third quarter that has been dominated by the Stampeders. Omar Morgan not back, so Willie Bird's back on the corner. Play fake, another flag, so an incompletion at the sidelines. And this one's going against Calgary, and we're going to have trouble ending the third quarter.
I was going to say, is this the third play of the end of the third quarter with time expired? I mean,
Holding Calgary, number 59. That penalty's declined. This is the end of the third quarter.
There we go.
It will be second down.
So they're through 45 minutes, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter.